Hello. I've got some more records to show, and maybe I've left it a little bit longer than I should have done. So there's quite a few here. I think there's 20. There's 20 tracks on the playlist, and yeah, I suppose it's just the usual mixed bag again. But maybe it's just more of the same. Yeah, I've been to a few places recently. I was in the centre of Manchester with work, and I got there early and I got finished at a reasonable time. And there's a relatively new shop just at the top of Shude Hill, sort of opposite the entrance to the Arndale car park. And it's like a little basement shop called Withy Groove Records. And yeah, I like it in there. The first time I went in, which was probably about a year ago, he had it's a basement shop. He had a box of free records at the entrance, and I just think that's a nice touch. And he's got plenty of cheap stuff, and things are priced to sell. You can only pay cash. And honestly, if I've got time in the centre of Manchester, that's going to be the first place that I'm going to. And then, yeah, there's a shop in Leeds, Vinyl Fix, which has been there a long time, and well, maybe not a long time. It's sort of been on the out, sort of near Armley. He's certainly been in that shop since before COVID, but he's actually closed the shop now, and he's just reopened the second room, which is basically where all the reject stock goes. So anything that he can't sell on Discogs or the fairs that he does goes in the second room. And the actual shop that used to be a shop now, I think it's more like an appointment only affair, because he's just sick of people going through just mishandling all his expensive records, I guess. So the shop's just got everything in, but you can only go in the second room, which suits me because like everything's a £5 and under, and on 12-inch singles are basically £1 each. So I did that one time, and did Bolton Car Boot one Sunday, and yeah, anyway, I better get on with this. So this first one I got from the shop in Manchester. So this is Sanchez Acosta, Ariba. Didn't know this, I just thought it looked interesting, and it is interesting. It's sort of a Latin jazz album from Discogs isn't sure when it's from, but I reckon, looking at this catalogue label here, it's probably 1960. And I looked it up, and there was only one other for sale on Discogs, so it's obviously scarce. And I thought, yeah, I'll take a chance on this, and I really like it. It's on this Tico label. And then, yeah, this was one that was on the shelf. I got this ages ago from Saltaire Record Fair. I actually bought this from Bob Stanley, and he reckons it's wonderful, and it is an absolute delight, this. So it's sort of, here's what it says here: Spanish pop psych and other delights, 67 to 73. It's a semi-official release. I don't think you can buy this on Discogs. This is copy 12 of 500. He was telling me, I got this one from him as well, which is same series. He was telling me one of the 45s on here could be one of the ones on here. He was saying he lent it to the guy who did these comps. So I'm assuming he probably got these as freebies, didn't he? On this is definitely my favourite of the two. This track here, Los Pesos, is amazing, and the album that it's from is just for a normal price, even though it's from '67. Baroque pop with a great production, reverb and tape effects, backward guitars, etc. And yeah, I love it. Great sleeve. And yeah, I got another one of these GI Brass records. Now I showed this one recently, which I got for cheap really, but the main tune was unplayable because it was scratched. This is their first album from '73. I got this in Manchester. I paid a little bit for this, but I mean, not overly. to be honest, there's one there's one absolutely killer track, which is Having a Jolly Good Time. And it's like Caribbean calypso funk. And every time I play it, it just makes me smile. I mean, check it out. It's so good. Yeah, so I got this 12-inch single. Now, I really like the first Eye Level album, which is this one. And I did actually pick up a couple of other singles recently, Teacher and Give Me, which I've kept hold of, but I didn't show those before because there was nothing particularly remarkable about them over the fact that this album is brilliant. This single has got this B-side, Historical Nights, which is a non-album track, and it is ace. So, yeah, really happy to get this. Sugar Minott, Roots Lovers. This was a £5 because it's absolutely trashed. And yeah, this is a later one from 1980. Now, I was reading, maybe it was on, I think it must have been on Discogs. Someone was saying, like, this is a later release of his and it's a bit sort of slept on and forgotten about and underappreciated maybe, or something like that. But, you know, which is the song? My Love Is True is the track that I've gone for. Yeah, second track on side one. And it's had like 2 million views on YouTube, so it's not that underrated. But it's great. Yeah, so this is the Vulcans Star Trek. So this is from 72. It's on Trojan. This is... well, to be honest, I showed this recently, Interstellar Reggae Drive, and I didn't realise at the time, but this record is the follow-up to this one. So this is another instrumental reggae synth album, but it's really good, and it was like a studio project to cash in on the popularity of Star Trek, apparently. And yeah, I mean, if you're into the sound, then the whole thing's great. I got this on Bolton Car Boot for a £5. I mean, it's not mint, but it's all right. So I'm really pleased with that. First Choice Delusions. So this is on Salsoul. I'm not totally convinced about this record yet. It's from 77. There's 2 big songs on it, which are Dr. Love and Let No Man Put Asunder. But it's the remixes that have made those popular, really. These are just the album cuts, which are different. However, it has got a cover of Love Having You Around, which I really like, and that's the lead track from this album. White Heat. Now, I got this in Copenhagen, and when I saw the cover, I recognised it, and I thought, so is this one that I've got, or is this one that I've had in the past? And I looked on my Discogs, and I haven't ever had it, and I didn't have it. So anyway, someone else must have shown this. So I'm assuming maybe John or Lawrence have shown this. This album is really, really, really good. It's from 75. It's produced by Barry White, and yeah, they were his backing band until the following year apparently, and then he sacked them all for some tax reason. Bar one. Yeah, this is great. A few sort of disco, funk, boogie singles, I guess. This is Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway, Back Together Again. This is from 79. I think the album was 1980. I really like this tune. I'm not sure I've ever listened to them before. I'm not sure I've ever listened to Donny Hathaway, if I'm totally honest. And I realise I'm probably missing out, but you can't listen to everything, can you? And yeah, this was another new one on me. This is Five Special. This is from '79. They're a Detroit disco soul band. And yeah, this was a bit of a hit apparently. They did 3 albums, so this is off their first album. This is the long version, so it's about 10 minutes long. And the first 4 minutes are just kind of all right, and then it just goes somewhere else with the sort of with the boogie funk sound, really. And yeah, I really like this. If I see anything else by them, I'll pick it up definitely. Al Jarreau sings Bill Withers, so this is just a straight up covers album. I'm fairly confident I paid £1 for this, and yeah, it's well worth that. This is the only other one of his that I've got. This might be his debut. I think this is from '75. This has got Spirit, which is really good. Yeah, this is all good. This is an '87 repress of a '79 release. To be honest, looking on Discogs, there's so many versions of this album, and they've all got a different cover. I'm guessing they're all cheap, but yeah, I mean, if you see this for £1, it's worth getting. So this was a record I was looking for, and I found this in the Brighouse Tip Shop, which is like a recycle centre next to the tip, and records are 10 for £1 there. So this is a find. So yeah, it's the other Ray Davies and his funky trumpet. You do see quite a lot of the button down brass albums that he did. They're not always. I mean, they're always enjoyable to listen to. They're not always worth keeping. This has got some great stuff on it. This has got this track Mach 1, which I think is why I'd got it in my on my want list. There's another album later on which I'm after, which is Fire Dog, I think. So yeah, pleased to get that. It's on this Pie label. And then, yeah, this is a 12-inch single. So this is McCoy Family. And I must have just taken a chance on this. I mean, it was cheap. So McCoy, it turns out, are a sort of family band. I think there's 5 of them, all with the surname McCoy. This is from '91. Someone on Discogs has said this is the quintessential street soul sound or single or something like that. And honestly, this tune is something special. I really enjoy it. Yeah, and Noel McCoy, who I'm assuming it's him on vocals, he's done loads of stuff and quite a lot of things with acid jazz and James Taylor Quartet and Snowboy and the Latin section and stuff like that. This is the only other record that I've got that he features on. I used to have a few acid jazz things and got rid of quite a lot of them. This I love. And I think he does vocals on one of the tracks. Just realised, I always thought this was a live recording, but apparently it's like live in the studio. But I mean, this is normally cheap if you find it. Yeah, I got another Strange Brew single. So this is Martin Brew. And it's on Rob's Records, which was Rob Gretton's label after Factory. And yeah, I just pulled out these Jaywalk singles because, yeah, that's his other name really. These were ones from the 90s. Oh no, that's 2000. 2001, so a little bit later. Yeah, this is 94, was it? Yeah, 94. Burning Down is the tune. Yeah, and then I've got this Beamfield. So this is a double LP. It is from '99. It's on Compost, and they're a German trio, and it's just sort of that kind of late 90s, early 2000s electronica with lots of live instrumentation, sort of future jazz sound. The sort of things that I really like, and are usually not for a lot of money. I think this was a tenner. It's pretty much near mint. And yeah, I really enjoy this. I didn't realise at the time, but one of the guys in Beamfield was also in Poets of Rhythm. This is from '93. This is more a sort of retro soul, funk soul sound. I was delighted when I found this. Just seeing that this was reissued actually a few years ago on Daptone, which totally makes sense. Yeah, and then a few more singles really. So this is The Joy, Black Angel. Now I'd never heard of The Joy. And they just released a few singles in the 90s. Didn't do an LP by the looks of things. And yeah, earlier, this is 96. To be honest, it's a single disc, but it should be a double 12. And yeah, apparently the earlier sound was a bit more like sort of Screamadelica era, Primal Scream and the Orb, things like that. What else did they reference? Enigma, I think. This has got a much heavier sound, like definitely more of an acid sound, and 303 going on. Reminded me a bit more of Low Fidelity All Stars and things like that. Features Denise Johnson on vocals, and this mix, the Small Stones mix, is 13 minutes long according to this, and yeah, I love it. Children of the Night. This is from '89. To be honest, I think this is it's almost like a bit of a novelty single, because we play ska, and it's like an acid house tune. And honestly, I think this is pretty terrible. The second B-side, When I Get to Heaven, is really good. So I'm keeping it for that. And yeah, another one that I wasn't familiar with. This is Exit 100 and Liquid. This is from '91. Apparently it's someone called Thomas Heckman. And it's an early release of his, and then he's gone on and done all sorts of things under loads of different names. And yeah, it's just another pretty solid acid tune, really. Now this one I was really pleased to find. Didn't know them again. Yeah, this is Yunks, and yeah, they're a Manchester electronic duo. This is an EP. It's got 6 tracks, adds up to about 40 minutes, released in 2001, and it's really good. Someone has left a comment saying, to be honest, this is one of those rare occasions where YouTube doesn't have the tune uploaded that I would have included on the playlist. So there's 6 tracks here, only 3 of them are on YouTube. The lead track, Muddy Funksters, is probably the standout, really. And someone's left a comment saying basically they grabbed this because it was a recommendation by Andrew Weatherall, and it's like a great sort of ambient acid house tune sort of thing, and it is really good. But I mean, the rest of it's good, and it's sort of a little bit varied, really. At times there's little sort of, it reminded me a little bit of Fortet in places, and a little bit glitchy, and I don't know. I'm really pleased to get this, and yeah, they're still putting music out. I think there's an album from around this time, and yeah, they're still doing stuff. So yeah, probably need to check that out. And yeah, and finally there was this one, Subterfuge. I don't know anything about this artist. To be honest, I just thought this looked interesting. It's just on this plain black label, doesn't give much away. Yeah, I looked it up. It was in the £4 dance box. And I mean, I'm not going to take a chance on anything for £4, but I looked it up and it was like the Discogs median's £30, so I'm going to get it regardless. And if I'm not into it, I can just move it on and make a little bit back. But yeah, I love it. So yeah, it's going nowhere. Cheers.